subject. The beauty of words and what that means to you.
The beauty of words and what that means to you. Well, you used a very beautiful word earlier, Howard, and the word was metamorphosis, or metamorphosis, which I think is a beautiful word. It's a Greek word. Meta means beyond or above. Morphosis means to change, morphological.
I said metadata, which is a modern manifestation of that particular root.
Yeah, exactly. Well, meta means, over and above. But metamorphosis, the most famous use of metamorphosis was actually in a Latin poem called the Metamorphoses of Ovid. He was a Roman poet.
I do know Ovid, thank you. Yes.
Yeah, right. Where he talks about all these strange transformations of kind of gods into humans and humans into animals and so on. A process of change over time.
Funny talk about the process of change over time. Again, a word which may be fictional, maybe not, but also had a certain kind of wonder. And I was reading about it the other day. It's about a person. And I don't think I've ever actually seen a reference to that name in any other place and form. And that actually is Ozymandias.
Oh, yeah.
From the poem by
Shelley.
Percy Shelley, that's right. And again, a fantastical tale of a great and ancient ruler, albeit not a terribly nice man by all accounts. But nevertheless, it is a word that has immense power in its own way, in terms of where it comes from and the kind of the fable behind it. And yet one sees it in no other place. Can you say you've met an Ozymandian person? I don't think you can.
I don't think you can. Well, so Ozymandias, I think, was the legendary name given to Ramesses II.
That's right. There was a big hoo-ha at the time. I think actually Ramesses II was obviously one of the pharaohs in Egypt, and a very, very major excavation took place in the 1820s, I think maybe, and this vast statue of Ramesses was taken back by some explorer to London. And it's quite possible, in fact, that Shelley saw this, maybe on display in the British Museum or some other similar institution, and the story of Ramesses, who became Ozymandias through the poem, has something which seems to me somehow to be a permanent feature in literature, and yet it's made no transition into any other part of everyday life.
Shelley actually wrote that poem as in response to a competition.
Yes, with Horace Smith.
That's right, he dashed it off very quickly. Yeah.
I saw Horace's Smith effort, and I have to say, Shelley's was better.
Yeah, it's got an uncanny power to it, and he talks about that, doesn't he? Two vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert.
There's a mystical element in a way.
Near them on the ground, not far away, the faceless visage. That's right.
But in a way,
and it's all through reported speech, because the first line is, I met a traveller from an antic land who said, too vast and... So having that extra layer in it adds a kind of legendary.
It's almost the fact that it's a storyteller. In a way, rather than I was sitting in my apartment looking out the window enjoying the view, actually I met, again, a nomad, a traveller, a man from a distant land who shared this extraordinary and wondrous story. And I think that's actually fabulous. I think in a way, what's interesting about the classical world, also we're touching about this in a way, is the fact that it creates a sense of wonder in us.
It does. And I wonder, there's something about that word Ozymandias, what is it? It almost just defines what the exotic is, doesn't it? Maybe because there's the Z in it as well, and a Y which follows. It's sort of got a strange...
history has had, I think people or personalities with extraordinarily arresting names. I mean, I remember reading about Nebuchadnezzar.
Oh yeah.
What a name that is. I mean, I think it was Persia, I think, or a great sort of king, leader, statesman. I'm not even sure. But what a name! I think with a name like that, who cares what you do?
Yeah, that's right. Cleopatra, actually, I think is partly like that too.
Yeah, but you don't find too many Cleopatras in the phone book these days.
Or Nebuchadnezzars, for that matter.
But I think the spell check gets a bit kind of frazzled by that.
I don't know anybody called Ozymandias, do you?
Well, obviously, we've got to widen our social circles. What can I say? I think clearly, we're a little bit too confined in that regard. But it's just interesting to see how words change. Obviously, I mentioned them before. For example, humour. And obviously, humour is understood in a very simplistic way by most people today. But actually, the origin of humour...
The humours.
That's right, within your body and how you felt and how
Yeah.
system operates and so
And
forth.
speaking of that, I mean, one of the humours is black bile, melancholy. So melan means black, choly is bile, as in colic. So it's black bile, melancholy, and that's the origin of feeling bad if you've got an excess of black bile.